life found us, because I don't know where we would have been without Neolife. You see, before Neolife, I was already at the top of my salary scale, which meant I couldn't be earning more, even if I worked many years more. Our children weren't even in school yet. And I found myself halfway through the month without money. And that's a bad place to be. Some of you might understand what I'm saying. So I was so grateful that Neolife found us, because that brought a change to our lives, to where from that point onwards, our life started changing, although slowly in the beginning. It changed in, in major ways. One of the biggest things that I'm still very grateful for is that it allowed me to become my own boss. Now, I was in church ministry, and you might say, well, that's not a job. In a sense, it is, because if the church pays you, they expect you to do all the things they ask you to do. And as a younger man, I wasn't necessarily ready for everything that was expected of me. And I often had this dream that if I had enough of my own money so that they didn't have to pay me, then I could tell them, I don't want to do this and I don't want to do that. But I knew that would never happen until Neolife came. Now, it's probably about 35 years now that I've not had a boss, that I've not had anybody that I have to ask permission to if I wanted to do something. And I can tell you that is wonderful. All the other benefits Neolife has brought us, we've been able to educate our 4 children as far as they wanted to go. We've been traveling so much, I can't tell you how many times we've been out of Africa and into Africa. And in fact, I hope to be in Uganda in March again this year. I think I've been to Uganda more than 70 times at least. Now, that would never have been possible were it not for an opportunity like Neolife. Now, you know, when we started, I didn't expect much from the business. I thought if my wife could sell us some Super 10 and LDC and G1 and make a little bit of extra money, that would help. It certainly did help. But I didn't expect more than that. But fortunately, shortly after we joined, I went to a big convention. And there I saw people earning money that I thought it was impossible for people to earn that much money. I saw people from all races together in a spirit of love and harmony, and it made such an impression on me. And I think the impressions I got at that first convention is the reason why we are all here today. Because without that, I might never have seen the real potential of Neolife. I might never have discovered the heart of the business. And what is the heart of Neolife? The heart of the business is helping other people to get what they want, helping other people to have better health, helping other people to live a happier life, helping other people to have enough money. And I thought this is a company with a good heart, because we move up in Neolife to the extent that we help other people move up. And so it came that the time came when I could leave the formal ministry, go full-time into Neolife. I'm still involved in the church, but the church no longer pays me a salary. And in any case, I'm well past retirement age. In South Africa, you have to retire at 65. And mostly when people retire, they have a pension, which is about 2/3 of what they earned before they retired, which means when you retire, you retire with less money. And then what? Then you sit and wait to die. Neolife has really brought life to us. I'm not waiting to die. I'm living fully. I'm living with expectation. apart from the trip to Kenya and Uganda in March, we hope to be traveling to Prague in May. And then later on in the year, depending on COVID, we might have another overseas trip. Now, that's just trips. You know, what I'm saying is there's always something to look forward to. Now, when you're new in the business, you might think, oh, well, you know, it's good for the Mzungu in South Africa, but can it work for me? I had that same thought. The very first rally I attended, like the one you are at, I saw people with the big pins, and I thought by myself, well, it's okay for them, but it will never happen for us. I don't know why I thought that negatively, but to be honest, that is what I thought. I never thought we'd be where we are today. And you know, the exciting thing is where we are today isn't the end of the line. It's not the end of the road. There's still so much more to achieve, so much more to do, so much more to have. And that is exciting. And I know that can be possible for you too. And you know, it's so simple. It's really so simple. You don't need a lot of education to start this business. You don't even need to first be trained before you can start the business. You all probably have experienced that from the very first day, you start doing the basics. You use the products, and that is so, so important. You know, I'm 74, and if I look at my health, and just this morning at church again, I looked at other people my age, and most of them don't look good. They've got lots of pains. They walk with difficulty. And through our products, I am so grateful that we can have wonderful health at a relatively senior age. Using the products is not something that you should see as work. It's a privilege. It's really a privilege to have our kind of products in our lives and in our homes. Now, of course, as you use the products, that creates PV, that's turnover. And from your experience with the products, it then becomes easy to tell other people about the products, what they did for you, or what you know the products did for somebody else. You know, people want to know how they will benefit, what is in it for them. So tell them the benefits of using the products, and some will and some won't. But then as you start getting customers, it's also important that you look after your customers. Don't sell them a product and then forget about them. Especially if we start them with something like Pro Vitality or 3NN or Formula 4. In the first few days, they may have a detox effect, which would make them perhaps feel not so good. And then they think, oh, these products are making me feel sick. But if you're there to check on them and they tell you, well, you know, this is happening, then you're there to explain to them that's the detox effect. Keep using the product. So stay involved with your customers. And eventually, you know, we have so many products. I know in Uganda, Supergrow is a big seller, but that's seasonal. But what about the cleaning products? What about all the nutritional products? Everybody in Uganda needs our nutritional products. Work on that and build your customer base. And then the main thing is then to talk to people about the business opportunity. Why? Because so many people need to make more money. Forget about yourself. Think about the people around you. Now, not everybody will believe you. Not everybody will accept what you say. That is their problem. That is their problem. Our job is just to share the good news. I often say that not even Jesus could get everybody to follow him. Not even Jesus could get everybody to follow him. So we are not going to get everybody to buy from us or to join us. That is okay. If we get even 5% or 2% of the population of Uganda involved with Neolife, you will not believe how things will work out for you and for the company and for everybody. So it is not a problem when you speak to people and they somehow don't want to believe you, or they may even say nasty things to you. That is their problem. It's not your problem. But as you keep talking to people, you use the products, you keep talking to people, you will find those who will buy from you, you'll find those who will join you as distributors. And then the important thing is to help those who join do what you do. Don't wait for them to somehow find out what to do. You've got to teach them. I always say that when you sponsor a new person, treat them as if they are a newborn baby. Now, you all know that when a baby is born, it can do nothing for himself. We've got to do everything for that baby, but the idea is to do it so that that baby one day becomes an adult and can do it all for himself or herself. And that, excuse me, that is what we need to do with our new people. So just don't sponsor people just to sponsor. Sponsor people with the idea that these are people that I've got to help bring up in the business. When you sponsor a new person, you've got to explain to them that their first goal should be to sponsor 3 people themselves. And you've got to help them with that. And what they hope to achieve in the process is to take their first step to manager. Then when they become managers, they keep sponsoring personally, but now they also have a team who are starting to sponsor, and that helps them to get to senior manager, and so on as you go up. So never forget that we only move up once we help other people effectively also move up. I've seen people who sponsor lots of people, and very few of them ever do anything in the business. And that's actually cruel, because we promise people an opportunity that will change their lives. Then we don't help them and nothing happens. They're disappointed, we're disappointed, and they're the ones who give Neolife a bad name, saying this thing doesn't work. Why didn't it work? Because we had the baby, but we left the baby to die because we didn't care for it. So I want to encourage you, as we're already into the new year, but remember, each new year is a new beginning for us in a sense. So whatever you've had up till now, that's good. But now start with fresh energy. And the most important thing for each of us is to, including myself, is to take our next step. So if you're a distributor, your next step is manager. When you're a manager, your next step is senior manager, executive manager, director. And there's a wonderful new plan now to help people move to director much quicker and faster than before. Learn about that and do that, because once you're a director, that is where things really start for you in the business. And then as you develop other directors, that's when you move up to world team and president's team. And I can promise you that if you even move to world team, your life will be different, very much different from what you have now. When you move to president's team, I can't even begin to explain to you what you'll experience. You know, a president's team member in South Africa would rank it amongst the top 5% of earners in South Africa, the top 5%. So can you imagine, in Uganda, it must be quite, I suppose, very much the same, if not even better. So what I want to leave you with is that not even I can at this stage really see what the future will hold for us. But what I'm trying to tell you is that what the future can hold for us, if we do the basics, if we keep sponsoring, if we keep caring for people and taking our steps, what the future holds will be so much more than we can even hope for or expect. And that's the wonderful about Neolife. It's a business that gives us hope for a better future, hope for achieving things that we could otherwise never achieve. And I want you to believe that if it works for other people, it can work for you, provided you do the work. It can work for you too. So I want to encourage you under the leadership of your leaders, Dennis, Justice, Joseph, Evelyn, to really become very serious about this opportunity that God has placed in your hands. If you're not serious about it, you are going to lose it. You know, there's the saying, what you don't use, you lose. What you don't use, you lose. But as you use it, as you share it, it will grow, and it can grow to where you can in time have a business all over the world. And imagine when tonight in Africa we go to bed and you have business, say in America, they're waking up, they're working. At the end of the month, you get paid on the money that you earned while you were sleeping in your business elsewhere in the world. So I discovered that Neolife is far bigger, far better than I ever thought when we joined. And I want you to know that that is true. It's true for you as well. And I can tell you, if we look at the other countries in Africa where Neolife operates, Uganda still has a long way to go. People would often think, but where are we going to find all the people? There are more people than we will ever be able to work with. We will never saturate the market. So really get serious. Take this opportunity that you have as if your life depends on it, because maybe it does. So I hope you enjoy the rest of the afternoon, and that you go well, and that you go into this month with a lot of enthusiasm and work hard, and just know that what you sow, you will reap. So Justice, thank you for the opportunity. It's always a pleasure to be able to share with you and be with you, even if it's just in spirit and not in person. I love you and I care for you, and nothing would give me greater pleasure than to see many of you, all of you, in fact, move up to director and to world team, so that when we go to the world team conferences, there must be a swarm of Ugandans, including you. I look forward to that. So thank you and God bless.
Wow. Thank you so much, Mike, for sharing with us, for putting off your time to be with us in this meeting that Team in Mbara truly appreciates. And we look forward to seeing you physically in person visiting Mbarara one of these days. Thank you so much, and have a blessed evening.
Thank you. You too. God bless. Bye.
Bye. Okay.